มันมิวอยู่โอเค
Annie, I think we can go ahead. Maybe just unmute your audio.
Right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Samaki Webinar Series Opening Ceremony. So as you all know, our intention was to have our Samaki Summit this year in Washington, D.C. in celebration of the election. However, with the pandemic being at what it is, we decided we needed to go a different route. So we came up with the Samaki webinar series, and today we're having our grand opening ceremony. So I would like to turn it over to Ian Asawat-Gowik, our president of Samaki Coalition.
Ian, we cannot hear you.
My apologies. I thought I've done Zoom so many times. I still can't get it right. So it must be my nerve. But we'll do this again. But good evening, everyone. Good evening, Madam Charge d'Affaires, Kun Butsara Kanchanakay, Tan Kong Sun, Kun Mongkon Patum Keo, Tan Kong Sun General, Kun Fabio Jinda, Tan Kong Sun General, Kun Pisanu Sapon, and my fellow Thai American Samaki Coalition board members, and ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to welcome all of you to our opening ceremony for 2020 Samaki Virtual Summit. As Annie has mentioned, typically our annual summit is held in person, where I would have the opportunity to see all of our friends and leaders in the Thai American community across the country come together and share ideas on important issues impacting our community. Samaki Summit dated back to 2013, over 7 years ago, when we hosted our very first annual event here in Washington, D.C., under the generous support of the then Ambassador Wichawat Isarapakdi, who is now the Vice Minister of the Foreign Affairs in Thailand. After our first annual event in D.C., we decided to change the host city every year so that we can bring the spirit of Samaki to the Thai American communities across the country. The second year we had our event was in Seattle, then Chicago, Los Angeles, San Diego, and last year in New York City. Since this is the big general election year, our initial plan was to host it in Washington, D.C., but then coronavirus happened. So whatever plans that we had to be altered. Our small business communities were greatly affected by the economic impact of the pandemic. Our restaurant owners saw change overnight, and after so many states ordered the lockdown, the salon owners had to shut down and close their door to their customer. And many employees lost their job, and many of them actually had to file for unemployment for the very first time in their life. So during the peak of the crisis, things were seemed a bliss. But we also witnessed many kindness gesture from our community members. There were many inspiring stories. There was a grocery store in LA that offered to sell food at cost or at a very low price so that people can still afford to eat when they lost their jobs. We have our very own dentist here in the Washington, D.C. area in Maryland, who, after shut down her practice during the coronavirus, turned her office into the PPE generating machine, and together with her community, have created and donated over 100,000 of PPE to local hospital and nursing homes. as well as many countless of other inspiring stories that explain what the meaning of Kwame Namjai that really speak to the roots of our Thai heritage. At Samaki Coalition, we also did what we could during the time of uncertainty. We partnered with a fantastic nonprofit organization in Los Angeles called Thai Community Development Center, or Thai CDC, in helping hosting an information session and explain how to apply for the SBA's Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP loan, during the very first weekend when that loan application became available. We thought the program was going to be an hour long. It turned out to be 4 hours. And we didn't realize this, but that weekend we had over 10,000 viewers log in to see that program because so many business owners were in that difficult time and tried to apply for the loans. So, and we were able to help many small businesses. A lot of people told us that they were able to apply for the loan and got the relief program. So this is the power when all of us come together. This is the power when our community is better organized. This is the power when we are united, or samaki. So tonight, I ask each of you, as you go through this program, to really think about ways that you can plug yourself into our community. I think the reason that you are tuning into the program tonight, because you really care about the community. Why else would you give your Friday evening to come and listen to a bunch of folks that you don't even know? So I hope that you will share your perspective when we get into the during our information session and when we open up for the discussion. Now I'd like to turn back to our MC, Punyani.
First on our program today, I would like to introduce Kun Busala Ganjanalai, Chartered Affair at the Royal Thai Embassy, Washington, D.C., to be our keynote speaker.
Sadika. Good evening, Kun Achuvi Tamawasi, Board of Director of the Samaki Coalition, Kun Ian Asawakowit, President of the Thai American Samaki Coalition, distinguished members of Thai American Samaki Coalition and Thai Americans in the USA. Good evening, Ka. It is my great pleasure to be invited to speak at this virtual opening reception for the Thai American Samaki Coalition webinar series this evening. 2 years ago in San Diego, I have a privilege, together with former consul generals, to witness the official launch of the Thai Samaki Coalition, which continue the legacy of the Samaki Summit, as Kun Ian has earlier mentioned, in promoting a network of cooperation for Thai American associations, Thai associations, and individuals across the US. The Thai Samaki Coalition has been a successful journey and has become a solid platform that not only unites, but also empowering Thai American organizations and individuals across the US. It is the strength within which greatly contributes to the promotion of the Thai American roles in the US. The coalition has a significant role to play in sharing information, in addressing common issues to the Thai American community, as well as showing and pooling benevolent efforts and gestures from the Thai American community and individuals towards the local community and even to Thai people, especially the young generation in Thailand. During the course of this year, a series that very useful for that I would like to mention would be the webinar on saving the small business and how to apply for unemployment benefit in April, an inspiring conversation with Dr. Usa Bunnak, whom her Smile on Wings Foundation has been helping the young students in Thailand in rural area. And another event that I would like to touch upon is a session with Kun Pantip Nakirangdunok on Angel Wings Foundation. I still vividly recall a conversation with Kun Ian when Washington chapter agreed to accept to host Samaki Coalition into 2020. It was 2 years ago. He already had an idea of the event theme of this year. It was the presidential election year. And congratulations, Kun Ian, you do as planned. The first webinar of this series tomorrow, Get Out the Vote Initiative 2020 US presidential election, which will kick off tomorrow, focusing on encouraging Thai American to vote in this upcoming election, is very timely and crucial. Thai American must make the voice to be heard and help shaping the future of the country. I also welcome all around the target audience for this year webinar series, ranging from Thai American leaders, business owners, senior members, and emerging members. This is a tangible testimony of how the Alliance cares and shares, and leaving no one behind, which are significant core values in strengthening the community from within. The Royal Thai Embassy in Washington, D.C., we stand ready to work with the Thai American community. We, for the past 5 years, have an annual program called the Thai American National Internship Program, or TANIP, which provide Thai American students and young graduates with an opportunity to have internship in various offices in Washington, D.C., have an opportunity to have a first-hand information and first-hand look at the American government and policy-making system. And with the hope that they could become a future leader in the community, in the states, and in the country. The program this year, which was scheduled during June to July this year, was unfortunately postponed because of the pandemic. But we hope that we could restart the program next year. And I encourage all the young generation to apply for this internship, which will be annually posted information on the website of the embassy. I would like once again to thank the Thai American Samaki Coalition for inviting me to this evening event. And I wish the webinar series every success. ขอบคุณค่ะ
ขอบคุณค่ะคุณบุษรา Next, we have honorable speakers. I would like to invite Mr. Fabio Jinda, Consul General, Royal Consul General of New York, to please say a couple words. Thank you.
Hello. I cannot. One second. So it's set. I cannot. Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. คุณจินตนาคุณเนียนคุณอัชวี I'm very delighted to be here tonight. Of course, I mean it's a bit strange talking to a phone, but anyway, I'm very delighted to be here this evening to attend this visual reception for the launch of the Thai American Samaki Coalition. Of course, I'm very new here, just a month. I arrived here in late August. And let me briefly tell you about our area of responsibility. We cover 10 states here in the northern region of the United States, which is more than 100,000 Thai people living here, reside here. From the first-hand experience during my 2-month 2 month stay. All the Thai people here very knowledgeable and capable in various fields. More importantly, they have strong bond with Thailand and closely monitor the development in Thailand in time of need, and they are ready to provide support to Thailand Thai people here. Of course, this year.
You're muted ค่ะ คุณฟาบิโอคะ you're muted
5 days a week and work around the clock to facilitate the Thai people on the areas documentation, legalization, and protection of Thai citizen. Of course, we try very hard to remain, let's say, to help Thai people and in needs, of course, and let's say this year, so we try to find a way to let's say help business of Thai people here. Actually, I would like to hear from your side what maybe we can share, and we can cooperate. We will not able to meet the challenges of change if we won't cooperate, and we learn from each other, under each other, and I wish we can have a more cooperation between Thai community here, and also I wish to hold on. I very much value the discussion we will have, establishing a solid ground for our future cooperation endeavors in such an open and constructive manner. We are willing to act as a bridge to engage our Thai community together, and while leaving no one behind. I want to conclude that I wish a success for this evening, and I would like also to hear from you. And I would like to thank everybody to inviting me tonight. Thank you.
ขอบคุณค่ะคุณฟาบิโอท่านคงสูงใหญ่ค่ะขอบคุณค่ะตอนนี้ I would like to invite Consul General of Chicago คุณพิษณุโสพล from the Royal Thai Consul General Chicago.
Thank you and good evening, everyone. I am very happy to be with you virtually this evening, since the COVID has disrupted our lives so much this year. I remember talking to Kunani Kunachavi earlier this year about our plans for the summer, where we planned to organize for Thai Americans youths to be able to travel to Thailand and experience the Thai dimension of their culture. That, of course, went out of the window with COVID. And so we hoped we can do something of this manner next year. Of course, we are glad that the Thai American Samaki Coalition continue to try to arrange activities for the benefit of the Thai American community, especially in this very important election year. It is, of course, in just 2 weeks probably, we'll be deciding what the future of the US for the next 4 years would be. And I encourage all Thai Americans living in the US to make your voice heard. And I'm speaking from the state where we have our own senator Tammy Duckworth, who has a rich Thai heritage of her own. And I was fortunate to be able to greet her when then Congresswoman Duckworth visited Thailand after she was elected Congresswoman for Chicago's 8th District. And now that she is a senator, of course, I share the pride that the Thai American community has in Senator Duckworth and her accomplishments. And we would love to have more Thai Americans be able to make their political voice and their views and their representation heard at the local, state, and national level. And that's what we view is the important contribution of the Thai American Samaki Coalition webinar that is coming up tomorrow. The COVID has disrupted all our plans for me, I am coped up here, mostly in Chicago. I haven't been able to visit all the states in the Midwest, which are under my responsibility. I haven't been able to meet the Thai community as much as I like, both for my sake and for their sake. But we have been able to keep in touch and to do work together to support our community. And that I attribute to the resilience of the Thai American community, especially here in Chicago, which Nanny could probably attest to. We have a vibrant professional community who throughout the past 6 months have been working together to keep each other afloat and to make sure we go through all this current crisis together. We hope that next year would be a better year, a year where we can work on our plans to strengthen the Thai American community and to basically do positive things. And so I would not like to say much more except that I want to wish everyone to stay safe, stay healthy, and we support all your efforts as we work in the days and months ahead to get through the current situation and remain productive and vibrant and contributing members of society. I thank you and I wish you every success.
ขอบคุณมากค่ะท่านกงสุลใหญ่ so we did invite Consul General from คุณมังกรปทุมแก้ว Consul General of Los Angeles to join us also. Unfortunately, due to pre-planned activities in Los Angeles, he is unable to join us tonight. However, he does send his best for our webinar series this year. I would like to now turn the microphone to Ian, President of Samaki Coalition, to give you a little bit background about Samaki Coalition.
Thank you, Annie. Good evening again, everybody. For those of you who are new to Samaki Coalition or haven't heard about our organization, as I mentioned earlier, our Samaki Coalition it's actually started from a non-organization. It just started as a collection of organizations around the country: Thai Alliance in America, Thai American for the Future, Thai Association of Southern California, and many other organizations that come together and try to unite and host an annual summit. Because unlike other events that we have gone to, we have just a local event, and we want to be able to trade ideas and exchange information, as well as celebrate the success of the Thai American communities across the United States. So that's when we first started Samaki back in 2013. Fast forward to this past year, when actually 2 years ago in San Diego, when we had our summit there, we decided to organize and make it a little bit more formal. So we have created a nonprofit organization, Thai American Samaki Coalition, to further the efforts and the things that we're trying to do here for the Thai American communities. And so to date, we have a number of different committee members that's going to come and share with you about the programs that we are going to be rolling out over the next coming months. We understand that I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this with, kids are studying at home in front of computers all day, and you probably have a lot of calls through Zoom, and everyone is probably Zoom out by this time. So we want to make sure that we're not bombarding your time and take a lot of your attention on the screen. So we're going to try to space it out. Without going into all the detail, I think I'll have each of our community members to come and share their vision of the activities that we're going to be doing over the coming months. Before we get to that, Kunani, do we have a slide that we can share?
Let me share some. I would like to share some activities from different Zamaki events that we have done, so that you can kind of get a picture of the ambiance of what this night is usually like. So let me share this with you, please. Okay.
Yeah, while Kunani is bringing that up, I'll just explain that, I think when we discuss about the program, I think when we talk about Thai American, there are so many subsets of the Thai American. We have community leaders, we have emerging leaders. So this is, I believe, what was it, 2014, Kunani?
This is Los Angeles.
Yeah, I believe
no,
it's 2014.
This would be in Los Angeles, so like 2015 maybe.
Okay.
So it's just gonna go. So this is Los Angeles. This was the meeting that we had, a special meeting in February. This is our new board of directors. And these are just pictures from different, from different events that we've had throughout the years. So you might see a couple familiar faces. You may see some familiar faces throughout here. This was in Chicago. So Tan Kong Sun Yang may recognize some people in some of these pictures. This was in San Diego, also in San Diego. And then this is from one of our seminars. And then this was from New York. This is also New York.
All right, thank you. The sad thing about looking at the old picture is, how much weight I have gained since the last time, and how much gray hair I have now. So, I think it's certainly great to see the old friends, and I think we have worked with so many of you guys over the years, and we're certainly delighted to have done that. And now I think we'd like to sort of go into the committees that are going to be coming to share with you about the programs that we're going to be rolling out over the coming months. We have created 4 different committees. As I mentioned, when we look at the Thai American community, there are so many various subsets of the audience that we're going to be speaking to. And so we create these 4 separate committees because we want to make sure that the information and the message that we're going to be communicating is really targeted to this audience. So the first committee is the community leaders. So within this committee, Kunchinana will come and talk about the things that are important to the community leaders, so that we as the community leaders across the country of the Thai American Association can better effectively focus on things that are important to our members. The second group is going to be the senior members, or the retirees. There are many of our senior members within our communities who have come here many, many years ago and have paved the way for our current generation, and have really done a wonderful job in really creating a wonderful reputation for the Thai Americans in this country. So we create this committee to focus on the things that are going to be important to the senior members. And we also have the next committee, number 3, is the small business owners. So within this committee, we want to create a program that will be valuable to the small business owners. from financing, starting a new business, or many things that may be part of the group, that, understanding the importance of the information that might be relevant to their business that I can share with them. Last but not least are emerging leaders. So the youth development, or the younger leaders of the tomorrow. We're hoping that we can also have a committee that's focused on information that that's important to them. We firmly believe at Samaki Coalition that investing in our future is the essential part of our community building. We always, talk among ourselves, what happened if none of us create this and there is no sense of Thai American community? When we look to the future, 20, 30, or 40 years from now, there won't be a Thai American community because our children won't have any relation to the Thai heritage or information. So I think that's going to be something we as a community need to come together and pay attention to how we can invest in our future generation. So with that, I'd like to turn to Kun Annie to introduce each of our community leaders to come and share their thoughts.
Yeah, so as Ian said, we're going to have 4 separate webinar meetings, and each group will be, the demographic is going to be different, and the purpose behind it is different. So instead of having us spend a whole weekend on Zoom, we decided to kind of break it up into 4 individual sessions. The first session being Get Out the Vote, which is kind of geared to our current leaders. And if I can ask Kunjintana to come and talk a little bit more about this series.
Hi สวัสดีค่ะสวัสดีค่ะท่านChancellor Pusala Council General Phobia and Miss Council General Pasanut and our board member board director and สวัสดีนะคะสมาคมคนไทยในสหรัฐอเมริกาทั่วประเทศดิฉันชื่อจินตนาแล้วก็ได้มีโอกาสคุยกับประธานของสมาคมหลายสมาคมที่สหรัฐอเมริกาแล้วก็ได้คุยกันเรื่องปัญหาที่แต่ละสมาคมมีปัญหาอะไรบ้างยิ่งช่วงนี้ COVID-19 have changed the life of everybody. Now that more than 7.6 million in America have the case of COVID-19, more than 213,000 deaths, and in California alone is more than 800,000 cases and more than 16,000 deaths. Throughout Texas, Florida, and New York, those are hotspots. So as I myself in the business, I have traveled across the country and had the opportunity to speak with some of our Thai American in each city. I had the opportunity to hear some of their story that have changed and impact the life of their family since they came to America and how they support their family. So with the discussion we have regarding to the community leader, we have pulled this program together less than 2 or 3 weeks to make sure that we speak the topic that will impact the livelihood of Thai American. We know that there are close to 1 million Thai American in USA, but many are not registered for the census. So we try to encourage many to participate and let their voice heard. So now for this series that we're going to be having for you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Get Out to Vote. We understand that your voice matters. It is the opportunity that we can come together and make a difference. I think Thai American, we do not have enough voice in the politics. And that's one other thing that we want to encourage our younger generation, our future leader, to participate more in the community leader and the civic leader. So for this series, we will have at least 3 panel speakers. We have an honor to have the Senator Tammy Duckworth to be one of our keynote speakers. Congressman Ted Yoho from the Republican Party to be our keynote speaker. And our panel speaker, these are some of the Thai Americans that have break the barrier and have been a part of the civic leader in America. Former Mr. Henry Chalon, he was a former mayor of La Palma in California. I have a chance to speak with him personally and hear his story that is very quite inspiring. And then the second speaker will be Mr. Keith Shantapalpon, who was a former senior advisor to Michelle Steele, board of the supervisor. And then for our Democrat Party, we will have Mr. Jerry Rayborn, who is a chair for the Thai American for Biden, and also Kun Megan Scarabubbles, who is the commissioner for the city of Indio in California. So all our panel speakers tomorrow have some of the message that I think will fit with the current affair that we are all experiencing. Now we talk about politics. It is something that we understand could be a very sensitive topic between both Republicans and Democrats. So our intention of our first series tomorrow is about unity. So you will hear both parties from Republican and Democrat that speak about their policy, and their focus is about how can we bring unity more to our community. So last night we have a preview of our pre-planning with some of our speakers. And I have to say, to see both parties, Republican and Democrat, in the same room, and we all smile and also agree to speak in the subject that is important to our community. That's what quite enlightening. So tomorrow, I encourage all our Thai American community, our community leader, to please join us and also voice your opinion and talk about what is it that we can make a change together. And if you can see more information about the program, you can go to our samaki.org or Samaki on Facebook. Thank you so much, Naka.
Thank you ค่ะ ขอบคุณมากค่ะ คุณจินตนา Next, we're going to be talking about our second series. I would like to invite Kun Wendy to speak about the second series, which is for senior citizens, and that series is titled What Seniors Need to Know About. Kun Wendy ค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ ค่ะสวัสดีนะคะ Yes, good evening, honorable guests and all guests that come to our opening of Samaki virtual series. My name is Walpan Kestong or Wendy. I am the board member of Thai Samaki Coalitions. And so just want to let you know about the series that we're gonna have for about the senior. And based on my experience, that I've been working with the senior for over almost 15 years, I see that a lot of seniors have, different background and different things, but one thing that they have in common is, everyone wants to be able to live in the senior year comfortably and avoid the complexity of passing the asset to next generation. And so I found that, these seniors have faced many challenges, such as changing lifestyle, healthcare, finance, and so many things happen with them. And so at this time, I want to cover about the financial part, which is I picked two topics that I heard a lot with the from the senior is about the retirement income planning and also estate planning. And I myself I will talk about the maximizing retirement income in the light of changing Social Security landscape And also we have a guest speaker, attorney Ponpilat Virawan, a state attorney. We'll be talking about benefit of having trust. And also Kunji Sutham Wantani, one of our board member from Bay Area, will help to moderate the program. And this event will be on Saturday, November 7, 2020, from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, 12 to 1:30 p.m. Central Time, and 1 to 2:30 Eastern Time. So we'll be in the morning here. And so the program will be in a seminar style, which is going to be in Thai นะคะ สวัสดีจะเป็นภาษาไทยนะคะ so all senior can grasp, the idea easily. And also we're going to have the Q&A sessions after that, where, the people who come to join the event can ask the questions. Or if someone wants to ask the questions before time, please feel free to send the event to send questions beforehand at the Samaki Coalition website, or you can inbox on the website, and also you can ask the questions during the seminar also. And I just want to invite everyone to come and please spread the word to all the senior and to the community, so they can get the information of the program. Thank you.
Wendy. Next, I would like to invite Teresa Chung, also one of our board members, to speak about our third series, which will be Empowering Thai Businesses.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm delighted to be able to represent our small business committee for the Samaki Coalition webinar series. We'll plan to reach out to the various Thai and Thai American chambers so that they may share their views and best practices. They can talk about how to get loans and provide other types of information for assistance. And we hope to have the webinar sometime early next year, tentatively in January. We'll start reaching out to various partners and stakeholders in the business community, and we hope that you will reach out to us as well to come up with programs that may be beneficial for the community. That is all, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Teresa. And the last and final series will be actually Emerging Thai Leaders, which I am a part of that committee. And in that committee, we really want to focus on things that are important to emerging Thai leaders. What do they feel passionate about? What are some things that may be different, that may be important to them, that are different from what current leaders deem important? As our generation changes, as our second and third generation grows up, the face of Thai Americans and the purpose of Thai Americans and how we fit into society here in America also changes. So we will have our Emerging Thai Leaders series, and I will be taking suggestions for topics as we kind of start thinking about what we want that purpose and what we're going to use that space for. So if anybody's interested in being part of the Emerging Thai Leaders series, you can please reach out to me, and we have a group together that is part of this group that's going to be putting on that series, and we'd love to brainstorm with anybody who would like to be part of that series, right? And that is our 4 series for this year. Again, if we were in person, we'd be doing it in one weekend. However, unfortunately with COVID, we were not able to go to DC this year. Maybe we'll go next year, hint, hint, Ian. But at least for this year, we have our webinar series that we hope to reach every demographic and every topic that people would be interested and find useful. I would like to now turn the stage over to Mr. Chris, one of our board of directors, who's also in charge of membership. And so if you are interested in becoming a member of Samaki Coalition, Chris will provide us with the information. Chris, if you can tell us a little bit about membership, please.
Hi, thanks, Annie. My name is Chris Sukapad. I am the membership chair for the Samaki Coalition. Before I talk a little bit about the actual membership of the Samaki, I do want to give a shout out to our moderators for our panel tomorrow. Mr. Floyd Morey, who is most recently of the APA-ICS, the Asian Pacific American Institute for Congressional Studies, will be our primary moderator, and Kun Mint from the she's a reporter for the Voice of America Thailand, will be our co-moderator and helping with translations for the panel tomorrow. So I do want to give them a shout out for their participation. So the Thai American Samaki Coalition, it was started very recently, and it is started as a membership organization. Our roots have been in terms of putting on these, as Ian mentioned before, our roots have come from different Thai American organizations kind of putting on these Samaki summits in the past and then passing it along to a different Samaki, a different Thai American organization in a different city to host the next Samaki summit. So we have our roots in terms of just different Thai American organizations and associations throughout the country, kind of working with each other to put on these different summits from year to year to year to year. And so as part of our membership structure, we do have membership, we do have organizations as members, and they have a say in terms of the direction that our organization goes. So that said, we also recognize that there is a need for direct input from the Thai American community, and so we are also accepting direct individual memberships. So if you are interested in getting involved with this great organization and helping to move this organization forward, please do reach out to me, reach out to any one of us that are on the current board, and we'll be happy to get you involved and active. And with that, I will turn it back over to Annie or Ian.
At this time, it's the end of our formal program. I would like to open up the floor to any of our attendees who may have some recommendations about programs they would like to see Samaki Coalition put on, or even programs that they would like to be a part of. Ian, would you like to add something to this?
Yeah, thanks, Annie. Maybe all of us, but the panelists are still on, maybe you can just share your video so that this is going to be more of the collaborative part of the program. I have all of you who are attending, we'd love to hear from you and your ideas and input, as mentioned before. If you can see the little hand icon in the middle of your screen, it's like a little hand, that's mean raise your hand. So if you have something to share with us, maybe thoughts, suggestion that you might have in terms of the future program, we'd love to hear from you. This is your opportunity. Or if you have anything that you'd like to share with the community, this is opportunity as well. So just use your hand raise icon, and I'll allow you to speak and introduce yourself. All right. First, I have Jerry Roburn from the Biden, the Thai American for Team Biden. So Jerry, can you unmute yourself and just introduce yourself, please?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello?
Okay, great.
Oh, I can't see anybody. I can't see my face. Oh.
Let's see. I think looks like I can just allow you to speak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to ask really quickly about Samaki. Does Samaki do any issue advocacy? Like, do you? I know you're a nonpartisan, non-profit, but do you participate? Do you do any advocacy work on issues that affect the Thai American community? Like, for example, healthcare. Would you like try to lobby from a nonpartisan perspective on issues pertaining to like health care, Affordable Care Act? Do you do any issue advocacy work? I know you do not endorse candidates. You don't deal directly with elections or political campaigns. But will you do advocacy work?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jerry. So thank you for that question. Really appreciate it. We are a new organization. We to date, since we formed the organization in 2019, we have not yet done any advocacy. I will let my fellow board member who are attorneys, who maybe can better address in terms of the type of things that we can do in terms of advocacy. But I think we can do things like supporting initiative that benefits Asian American or Thai American community. In terms of actual advocacy for policies, I'll let maybe some of my fellow board member who are more closer to this can address.
Well, we have a lot of the work that we have done is not exactly advocacy, but we do a lot of informational speaking. So a lot of our past seminars, we've talked a lot about immigration, not only business immigration, but also different immigration strategies. I think we did in Chicago, we talked about, Thai citizenship, American citizenship, the different avenues to obtain citizenship. So a lot of our work has been around immigration. We have not done a lot of healthcare. However, I believe the one we are doing for even senior citizen, our webinar there is going to be a lot about kind of teaching seniors how to plan for it, and what they need to know, and even kind of like what we can get our parents ready, how to strategically plan, and then also what social services are out there. So a lot of it is education versus advocacy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jerry. Anybody else? Thoughts, suggestions, questions? Use your hand raise icon and we can turn it on for you. All right, I don't see any hand raised yet. So are there anything else on the program from our board members that we'd like to cover on this opening reception before we adjourn? Again, yeah.
No.
I think there's a hand raised. Give me one second.
Go ahead.
I think same, Jerry. I'm not sure if you have another.
I just have a quick question.
Yeah.
What's your legal nonprofit status? What's your nonprofit status?
Anyone can apply. Answer that. I believe we have applied for the 501c3 status, but we have not been granted. Is that right?
That's correct. We'll be seeking a 501c6 nonprofit.
C6, okay.
No. I think we are going to apply for C3 nonprofit status. That's right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll see you tomorrow, Jerry. And I see our guest, Floyd Morey, here. I'm not sure if Floyd have anything to say or preview to our discussion tomorrow. I'm gonna see if I have anything to say, but if not, we'll just. Hello, Floyd. Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We have some very knowledgeable community leaders that will be on the both Republican and Democratic panels. And we'll try to have a nice civil discussion on not some of the issues, but how to get engaged, how to develop relationships with our elected officials, and how people who are officers today actually got into office. but I expect we'll have a very robust and interesting discussion tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you, Floyd. While you have you on, I have a question for you.
Sure.
So, I mean, Thai American, we are relatively young community in the sense that we starting to get organized, starting to get united. You yourself have been involved with many of the coalition Asian American organization, throughout your career. What are some of the things that you can advise our young organization like a Thai American community that we should focus on in terms of helping to build the base?
I think one thing is not to be bashful about reaching out to other organizations and doing some collaborative things.
Mhm.
In the early days of Asian American advocacy, there weren't very many organizations at all. The Japanese American Citizens League was one of the first, which started in 1929, 90 years ago or so.
Mm.
And it wasn't until after World War II and now after the Vietnam War, where we've seen a lot more immigration to the United States, that we've seen more engagement and organizing by other organizations. But I think as you engage with other organizations, you learn what they do. You get the benefit of some of their leadership. And I think it's very, very helpful. I know along the way, during my sort of political and community service experience, early on, for example, Koreans after the Korean War had nobody to speak for them, and I happened to be a state legislator in California at that time and was able to bring them in and help them. I was a Democrat. A lot of the Koreans were Republicans, but there were issues in common. And so it's good to associate, because we all, as Asian Americans, have very similar kinds of issues as we are immigrants, first, second generation citizens. I worked a lot with for example, the Vietnamese community during the Katrina and oil spill disaster on the Gulf Coast. So I think it's important for the Thai organization to kind of reach out and get engaged in some of the other issues that are facing some of the other organizations.
Great. Well, that's a great advice. Appreciate that.
I would have to thank you again, Mr. Foy. I forgot to mention earlier, our moderator. One other thing I have to share and shout out with our audience is that we organized the Get Out tour less than 3 weeks. And I have to tell you, the second I reached out to each of our speakers, they all say yes. So it just shows that how passionate is community leaders that are out there working their best to help the community. And all of us are volunteers, as you know it. We all have a full-time job. Some have family challenging. And I know one of our speakers, her family contact COVID-19. So, I mean, this is the situation as community leader. Everybody try their best to help the community. And there are some challenging sometimes for the community from a different organization to come together. Maybe there's differences, but I think as we settle down, like Mr. Foy said, our differences and then collaborate together, I think the impact of our passion toward helping community can make a huge impact to all of us. We talk about COVID-19 is changing our livelihood. Now, global warming, that's going to be something that will even impact more than COVID-19. Today I have listened to TED Talk, and they talk about how serious are global warming to Earth and how all the hurricane and fire that happen in California. So many families are going through financial difficulty, not only from COVID, but now they no longer have home from fire, hurricane down south. So this is something that we as a community, I think, as we coming together furthermore, figure out way we can help and find resources to support those who need it the most. And also with voting tomorrow, remember, you are not only vote for yourself, You are voting for those people who does not have the voice and who cannot vote. So get out there and vote, please.
All right. Thank you, Kun Chintana, for that.
All right. Well, I would like to thank all of our panelists and all our attendees for joining us tonight. I know it's Friday night, probably not the ideal situation, but it's also a pandemic, so we have nowhere to go. But I want everyone to remember also, please tell your friends and family about our webinar series. This video and all our videos are also on our Samaki Facebook page. So please share if you think we have great information here, and also reach out to us to see what programs, how you can get involved, and what you would like to see from Samaki also, right? I hope to see all of you tomorrow at our first webinar series, Get Out the Vote, and have a great evening, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
Thank you, everybody. See you
Thank you.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.